Hello there, welcome back. Today, it's a good day. So, for those of you who maybe you're new to my channel, you haven't seen me before, I am Dr. Stephanie Snyder. I am a success mentor, and I help women to create success in all areas of their lives, not just one. So, today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about trust. This is a good one. So I was thinking about this as I was drawing myself a bath because, well, I get to do that. And I was thinking about how we trust so many things, but we struggle to trust our purpose. We struggle to trust the masculine, the money, the energetics of that. We struggle to trust in God's vision for our lives, right? So I was thinking about this because as I was getting ready to take a bath, have not done that yet, I thought it's so interesting that I will just implicitly trust that when I turn on the faucet, water is going to come out of my faucet. Or I trust that when I hit the ignition to my car is going to start. But I have no idea how those things actually work. I don't know the fine details of the plumbing in my house. I don't. And I definitely don't know the intricacies of how the engine starts in my car. Yeah, I could figure it out, probably. I'm sure I could Google and YouTube a bunch of things and I would know. And yet, we trust all of these things. You trust that when you turn on the light switch, the lights are going to go on. You trust that when you open the refrigerator, you're going to see that the food is still cold, right? We implicitly trust all of these things in our lives. And yet, when we start to pursue our own purpose, our own vision, we create the life that we want, there's this little voice in our head. It's like, well, tell me how. Tell me exactly how, and then I'll trust. Tell me exactly how I'm going to receive my clients. Tell me exactly how I'm going to receive this amount of money, and then I'll trust. Right? We set ourselves up because we're not willing to trust something that's actually incredibly reliable because we want to see the proof in the pudding. We want to know instantaneously what that's going to look like, and we struggle with the patience in order to see it happen, right? So I remember having this conversation with a mentor early on, and she said to me, she said, you have $10,000 coming to you. Does it matter when it shows up? Not really, because I know it's going to show up. She's like, so why do you have to know exactly when it's going to show up, and you can't just trust that it's going to show up implicitly at the correct time? Because I'm a human and I want to have a little tracking number on the thing that I've asked for, right? I want to be able to check my status. Okay, it's in Denver, Colorado right now. Great. So it will be here in 2 days. Perfect, right? Why? Why? Because the truth is, if you knew exactly what was going to happen to you every single day, you would stop getting out of bed. You'd stop getting out of bed. It would be boring. It wouldn't be fun if you woke up every morning and you had like the itinerary for the day. Here's your itinerary for the day. At 8:07, your dog is going to pee in the house. At 8:09, you're going to lose your mind because you just stepped in the dog's pee. At 8:13, you're going to lose your mind on your child because while you're trying to clean up the pee, they need their shoe tied. At 8:15, you're going to look at the clock and go, oh my God, we're running late. Da 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 da. At 12:04, you're going to sit down exhausted for lunch, forget why you sat down for lunch, and then end up answering more emails, right? If you knew exactly what your day was going to look like, and stop getting out of bed. Be like, well, I don't want to show up for any of this stuff. So I'm just going to lay here until 3:04 when I eat my little peanut butter cup. Right? Like that, no one wants to subscribe to that. No one. And maybe you're like, well, actually, I would kind of like to know what my day would look like. I mean, you can determine how your day's going to feel for the most part. You get to choose that, but we don't always get to choose the exact events of the day. You choose how you react to each of those events, right? So when it comes back to this idea of trusting, can you trust that it's all going to be okay? And I can hear that little fear monger that's like, but what if it's not okay? Well, you're still here. Chances are it's still okay. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but you're still here. And there's a reason that you showed up and you're watching this video, whatever it is, right? I really want you to start to consider, why are you not trusting yourself? Because chances are the reasons why you're not trusting yourself or God's vision for your life is because somewhere along the way someone told you not to. Someone said something to you that made you implicitly not trust yourself. And if our parents did this, it was because they were doing the best that they could and they didn't know how we were going to translate that situation, right? And so what I love to do in this situation is, if I find my trust wavering for myself, I'll sit down and journal and I'll say, okay, what makes me not trustworthy? Why can I not trust this action? Why can I not trust in this vision and this purpose? And typically what comes through is someone else's voice, something that someone else said to me a long time ago, and then I get to decide whether or not that thing's true. Because ultimately, we're all just looking for our truth, right? And how something lands for me is going to land differently for you. It is simply our perspective. So what do I believe that's true for me is going to feel very different than what's true for you. So when it comes to trusting your intuition, because this is what I talked about last week, was the intuition. Go back and check that video. That's the last video I did. Check that video if you're looking for information on how to begin trusting your intuition, how to begin tapping into it, because your intuition is there. It is more reliable than your car, more reliable than your plumbing and your electricity. More reliable. You've just got to tune into it and allow it to come through. So I'm sending you lots of love. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to help. And I hope that you have a blessed rest of your day. Bye.